Topic I will be discussing from our class course is probability. The literal definition of probability is the extent to which something is probable, the likelihood of something happening or being the case. A lot of times you see probability in your everyday life. There's probability everywhere. It can be represented in a percent, fraction, and decimal. And I'll be talking about those in this clip. The first example is a simple example that many can understand. Probability in terms of a coin flip is a 50-50 chance, represented as 50%, 1/2, or 0.5 throughout those representations of probability. On one coin, you have one side that is heads and one side that is tails. Assuming that the coin lands flat every single time, you will have a 50% chance every single time you flip that coin individually that it will land on either heads or tails. Now for me, I always choose tails because, tails never fails. You see coin flips in beginning of football games and just randomly decide something between two parties. If you flip the coin and you are looking for tails, it is easily understandable in terms of a fraction. So you flip the coin and you're looking for the possibility of you getting tails, or in this case, me getting tails. You have the number of possibilities I'm looking for, which in this case is tails, over the number of equal possibilities, and that is heads and tails. Now there's always a chance that if I flip the coin, that it will land on heads every time or tails every time. The more and more you flip that coin, the more likely the overall probability of flipping the coin will get back to 50%. This is a great way of understanding probability in simple terms. Now I just talked to you about flipping a coin and how it can be deciphered in percent, decimal, and fraction. Another very common way of understanding probability and seeing it every day is when you wake up, you check the weather on your phone, news, etc. A lot of times you're looking for the percentage or the chance/probability that it will rain. You check the rain, 75% chance, 80% chance, etc. Probability, just like I said, everyday life. Another example that is my favorite that I'll show you today is in baseball, batting average. They represent it in terms of a decimal. So say a player bats 3 times in a game and he gets 1 hit. That is 0.333% chance out of 1,000 that player will get a hit. Now every time that person goes to the plate, his batting average will change because the probability of him getting hit will be calculated into that player's overall batting average, which, like I said, is calculated out of 1,000. I have some National League batting averages, leaders over the years. Do you see that? Mostly over 300 is very good. Moving on. Lastly, probability can be represented in fraction form as well. If you go to the casino a lot or you like to gamble, a lot of times in a deck of cards or a dice, a common from 1 to 6, there's probability in that, of course, too. So if you have one 6-sided die, let's say you're looking for a 3, roll that die once, and let's say you get a 3. That's a 1 in 6 chance of you getting the number you're looking for, just like I said before. In terms of the coin flip, very similar. The more and more times you roll that die, the more and more times the overall probability will be a 1 in 6 chance you get the number you are looking for. So a lot of people like to go to the casino, and that's very relative in everyday life. Probability can be seen all over and represented in those 3 ways. Thank you for listening.